Force. Asari Dokubo has accused the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, of turning the Biafran struggle into a business. Dokubo, who made the allegation in a new video, accused the IPOB leader of diverting funds and failing to account for some funds donated for the quest for Biafra. The two activists have been at loggerheads over the struggle for Biafra. The Cold War between them resulted in the formation of the Biafra customary government, which Dokubo announced in March, with himself as the leader. This accusation is quite, staggering. I mean, he actually accused him of about 20 million naira. He had diverted that sum at that point, Nnamdi Kanu, I mean. I don't know what the accusation is all about, but it just goes to show that these types of movements within these people needs to be addressed properly, because then you lose faith in the whole, the whole movement.
Well, it's typical, isn't it? There's a sort of performative activism that some people indulge in.
Yes.
They're trying to make a name for themselves and in the process make a buck for themselves. It's got nothing to do with the cause. It happened with Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
It happened with June 12th, as I keep telling you. There's so many people who don't care. They're in it for the money. But in this case, this allegation, I feel, is so grave.
Yes.
It must be addressed. I would think that Nnamdi Kanu would actually address it and clear his name, such that his credibility is not damaged, because this is exactly what will happen if he's silent.
Dr. Batsi.
Well, you see, the structure of the struggle is such that when you have a movement, you have a group of persons, there are also certain other tendencies, forces that would like to impose, in fact, a centrifugal effect, scatter the group.
Yes.
And this may be, in terms of physical intervention, infiltration. This may also be, in the form of a quarrel over cash, resources, or position. Now, the indigenous peoples of Biafra, IPOB, has not been insulated from that. This is not the first time you get some kind of controversy about, Nnamdi Kanu is this. This is the authentic leader of this group. This person is no longer the authentic leader. And in the case of Asari Dokubo, in March, he set up his own group called the Biafra Customary Government.
Yes.
As a breakaway faction of IPOB. The issue here is that allegedly, Nnamdi Kanu collected some money, some 200 million naira. Asari Dokubo Alleged.
200 million?
Yes, but he was visited in Cotonou,
yes,
where he has a university, which he runs. And it was alleged that Asari Dokubo, was given 20 million naira.
20 million, okay. Mm-hmm.
And he says nobody gave him any 20 million naira. That instead, it is Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB, who has turned the group into a money-making venture. But the danger in this is that when you have this kind of movement, people coming together, the big thing that they have to worry about and watch out for are those centrifugal tendencies or centrifugal forces that I talked about earlier. It could be in form of a third party trying to divide the group. It could be in form of fifth columnists dividing the group. It could be, in fact, as a result of the character flaw of the persons involved who take their eyes off the ball. Isn't it curious that the same indigenous peoples of Biafra, a group that we've been told is looking for, justice for the people of Igbo, has now been reduced to the level of people quarreling over 20 million, 200 million. It's 20 million today. If care is not taken down the line, they will soon start quarreling over 1,000 naira.
Oh, Lord.
So, and when that happens, people, even the public, will lose sight of the ideal, and then all that argument, all that principled arguments about justice and equity for the Igbos will now become Asari Dokubo versus Nnamdi Kanu, Emma Powerful versus XYZ, and struggles, that face such dangers eventually fail.
All right, we'll take our final story. Over the weekend, Nigerians took to the streets to register their frustrations with President Muhammadu Buhari's administration in commemoration